Okay, everybody, listen up. This is my brand new Facebook page. It's Walter Lee Hampton II. Take a look at those pictures on there. It's a new page. This is the one I need you all to go to and add me as a friend. Send me a friend request to this page. Look for those pictures. Walter Lee Hampton II. This is my new Facebook page. It's up. It's set up. I'm loading pictures. Go there and add me as a friend today. Do it now.
Hey everybody, just want to say this is definitely to Walter Lee Hampton. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get the video to him, but I'm gonna try to figure out a way. Just went to recording. I just saw a really great supportive video, and I also want to show and actually say that I definitely support you, Walter. First of all, first and foremost, you help people stay woke. We live in a world where there's a lot of things. I'm not sure if I should mention some of them. That we just live in a world where everything is all hunky-dory, if that's more like everything's kind of like rosy. We live in a world where everything wants to be shown to be beautiful, great, almost perfect, but the reality that's going on is not really being shown. And so we have a lot of people, every generation that comes into this world, especially if they're gay and black, if you're a black woman, statistically some things are higher for those individuals in that category. The reality is there's just a lot of people doing things, and regardless of what your skin color is, everyone needs to be woke. That's just period. The foolishness. I'm an older brother. I have 3 younger sisters. I mean, each one's different. Luckily, I know one of them definitely have a very protective personality, so I was never worried about her. But there are all kinds of males that exist, and I see it all the time where you can almost tell where they're lying straight to your face. Like, you don't have to be a genius per se to see this mess. And so when you share all those testimonies, one that really touches my heart, it's really educational, a little sad sometimes, but that's life. It helps wake you up and realize that you never know how much time you have with other people, and the life is very real. And so when it comes to these situations going on in the news, which you share, I love that. Right now, I believe you're doing something with the Xavier Files, and I would definitely say I agree with you. I'm very surprised someone who knows you, your reputation, and it's not like you just showed up or you're just popular. You are someone who's very consistent. I've been seeing your videos from years ago, and I can honestly say you've pretty much been the same in terms of your morals, in terms of how you feel about certain subjects, and very little has changed in terms of what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. And to be honest, I hope you don't think I'm coming for you, but I'm a little surprised he got through your radar, because I just feel like of all people who should see something coming like that, I always felt like someone like you, someone like me, we shouldn't fall for it, but at the same time we're human and we do try. Because we can't, if we have our shields up too high, like anybody else in this world, then you just will never be in a relationship. Because the reality is you can't trust. It's a risk. It's a serious risk. It don't matter what society you're from. I had a friend of mine who also go to FSU like me, young buck, freshman. I call him young buck because I am a little older than him. I'm a little older than seniors, to be honest. And so with him, he was telling me about a situation with his father, and his father was married for 10 years to a stepmother, not even his real mother, never gave birth or anything like that. And 7 years relationship went well. The last 3 years were like forced carried on, and no one could understand what was really going on. And in that state, I want to say it might have been Pittsburgh, where basically this lady was lying to try to force herself to stay in this relationship, because once you hit like a certain mark, like the 10-year mark, I believe the military has something like that too, where if you're married for a certain period of time, your spouse would be entitled to a certain percentage of what you have. So this life. We have to be woke. So if you realize you're not gonna be there, not gonna love, and I'm telling you, this woman got away with like $1 million. I think it was like his 401k or whatever. He saved up a lot, and it had nothing to do with her. He was doing that well before he even met her, and just kept up with it. And this woman, people do that. I mean, it's just no surprise. And I have so many experiences with certain people doing what they do. So what you do is, first of all, you affirm us who've been victimized by those situations. Say, look, I've been through this too. To me, you're like a black gay version of an Oprah Winfrey, except your language is a little more, I'm not sure. I think some people said vulgar. I just say raw. I'll say you're more, you don't put no protective, you don't sugarcoat nothing. Here's the meal. We're not gonna add no sugar. This is how oatmeal tastes. This is oatmeal. We're not gonna add all this stuff. This is what it is. Enjoy it. And if you want to add some stuff, that's on you. But what I serve organic products. That's how I kind of see you. I see you serving almost organic products. And not everybody can take organic. Not everybody's on that vegan level, I know you're not vegan, but I'm just saying, like, there's certain things some people can do and some people can't. And some people have different levels, degrees of which they do it. You definitely lift weights. You're a great person. But I just want to say for sure, I've that experience, I can say, is very valuable. You uplift people, you keep people going, and then you also let the message, hey, some of these people that's trying to, play a funny business, there are repercussions. You're actually advocating for people to not just be victimized, but to stand in your rights as a human being. If you're in Georgia and that kind of situation happened, this is what you need to start to do. That you do not have to be someone who just takes it and lay there, that you are a person, that you do have rights, that you do have values. That's what you bring to the table. And it does surprise me, because I'm in other groups. One of them, I don't want to mention name because I don't want to seem like I'm bad mouthing good or bad, but it's a military group, and there are a lot of individuals who are aware of you. They're aware of you, and they're not really a fan of you. And to me, it's like, wow, it's crazy how they're not a fan of Walter Lee Hampton, who don't hurt a fly when it comes to that kind of, a lot of those things, period. Like, you're really a great person. You're really giving. Being an older brother, I definitely can say I experienced a lot of the giving myself. And there are just some people, for whatever reasons, and personally, I think those reasons are very personal. Like, when you bring up stuff like HIV, they don't want to talk about, which is funny because now there's advertisements saying you need to do this stuff. The advertisements are there, but it's like, you were a man, you are a pioneer, you are ahead of your time. When I say you are ahead of, like, you were seeing things back in the 1990s that people are just now advertising and encouraging the young folk to do, like talk about their status, not stigmatizing, being honest. Like, this is stuff that should have been talked about and done like decades ago. You knew about it, you were doing it, you were living, and you're like, we need to do something to uplift the people. Even right now, with you trying to do this thing with the Facebook, trying to have a creative group, how to help encourage people to come together and make their money, to become independent. When you go out there and you talk about some of these things, the reason why some people low-key got beef with you, it has nothing to do with you possibly being a bad person. It's actually because you're a good person, and inside of some of them, there's something that they can't handle. There's something they can't take. And they're not all exactly bad. That doesn't mean they're all HIV. If you don't agree with Walter Lee Hampton, you're HIV positive. That is definitely not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying, though, is more often than not, a lot of them got beef with you because they are living and doing and have friends that are living and doing those things. And by saying those things, they would get themselves kind of like be ostracized. They would be discriminated against. So they can't be for you, because to be for you would mean that they would have to live more of a possibly solitude, smaller circle type life, which some of them just don't want to do. They want to be part of that. They don't want to have no problem with people. They don't want to advocate and care for the well-being of the general people. All they're worried about, and it's not to be rude, in general, does not all of them, is about themselves. Me, myself, and I. That's how some of them do it. And you're me, myself, and I, but when I help out a little bit once in a while with some of the other people, and it doesn't cost you. It does not hurt you or cost you to show a little kindness, but some people, they take that kindness, which I can't believe, like that is Xavier. I don't know you, but I'm not getting to your business because I really don't know you. But I will say I am definitely surprised, because of all the people if you've never said one word to Walter, never knew this person on a personal level, you have no reason not to have known that he is the type of person that wants transparency, that wants honesty in his life. And when you come into his life and you were not willing to do that, knowing full 100%, I mean, complete strangers know who Walter Lee is, and you know you want to be part of his life and you weren't willing to do that, that is, I'm not going to say it. I think you know it. I think everyone in the whole world know it. But whatever some people are doing and telling themselves, this is why people don't get into relationships, because it almost does not matter what you tell them, what you're expecting. Some people are still going to try to do what they want to do and do their way and circumvent what type of person they're trying to be in a relationship with. So like, let's say something crazy like, I want to be in a relationship with Beyonce. You know Beyonce is a hard-working woman. She's going to expect you to be a hard-working person. She'll expect you to try to get your money up. You know, she's going to expect certain things. And so if I know I'm not going to be doing that, or I'm going to be half behind doing that, what I would be wrong to be coming into someone like Beyonce's life, trying to do something like that. You know who this person is. Some people, you know who they are, what they're about. What they do is broadcast. So you can't say you didn't know. You can't say you weren't aware. You can't say that, well, it was my bad. No. And then you're like, oh, well, I know the real. Apparently you don't know the real Walter. I've never met him, and I knew he wouldn't. I mean, you could do a survey across the all his subscribers who subscribe to him, and they'll give, I guarantee it'll be a majority. Yes, he does not like dishonesty. Yes, he does not like you lying, or not necessarily lying when it comes to what's going on with the status of your HIV and among other things. I'm pretty sure Walter knows there's more than just HIV. You know, it's just HIV is like the most popular, well-known one, especially in the black gay community. So that's what I want to say. So Walter, keep doing your thing. Keep supporting the few, because remember, at the end of the day, it's a few that becomes rich. It's the few that's going to be well taken. The majority is the majority. The majority, when I was talking to my mentor that goes to FSU under Veteran Services, he said if you look at every year, if you look at statistically, these college students, half of them will have issues related to, and it's nothing to do with FSU, just has to do just the statistics. Half of them will have issues with some sort of addiction, you know, drugs, alcohol, you know, health issues. Over half of them, the problems that will come into their life was completely preventable, but because of the choices that they will make, choices that usually means more than one, they will make, it will lead them down a very dark, negative path, and you don't want that. So let me get going, and I hope this gets to you. But thank you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. I wish I was the person that was blessed and lucky to have been able to say I'm your friend. You know, I understand what you say is a little hard sometimes and it can be tough, but to be honest, I'd rather have someone who keeps it real and keeps it tough, keep it straightforward, than someone who no. What's going on? What's going on? Don't give me the tootsie around. No, tell me what's up. And you, Walter, you bring that, and you encourage that, and you let people who are coming to, who are innocent, they come to, like you, when you saw that drug dealer, you didn't even know it was a drug dealer. You're innocent. You don't know. You're young. You didn't even know how gorgeous you were, how blessed you were bodily. I mean, you're so young. You don't know a lot of these things. And when you don't know these things, people come into your life and they take away. They're like, oh, they try to bring down their losses. That was one of the other videos where another young, gorgeous young man, you know, was starting to feel someone start talking to him in a relationship. And it was like, well, I don't think they don't think they're attractive, you know, and then tries to bring someone else into it. But if you sleep with me and this other, I was like, what? Oh, you see, that's how people do. They try to take away from you. They try to bring down your status so you can do something else. And it's just, oh no. And it's heart-wrenching, because when you really feel like you like someone, your heart, you entrusted them, you don't know about it, and it takes time for your mind to connect to your heart, because your heart and your mind can go at two different. Your mind could be like, oh no, I knew from the bat I was not going to be sleeping with two dudes at the same time, like this. You know, if you that type of person, if you into that, or if you just not that, you just never have tried it. I guess you should know, because if you haven't never tried it, then perhaps you don't know. I don't know how that really works. But the point is, that wasn't what he signed up for. That wasn't what he was going for. And someone tried to come up with some foolishness to try to get him to do something he wanted to do. But because his heart was still, that's why he was still crying after on his way back home. It's because his heart, your heart walks and operates at a different speed than your mind. Your mind could be like, nope. But if your heart is still somewhere else, you know, it takes time to catch up. You're still gonna feel the hate, the pain, and you know, it sucks. It's life. But you get better as you get older, you know, which is funny because when you eventually get too old, your body starts not to get as better anymore. But thank you, Walter. Love and peace, bruh.